Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for tuning into the Pro Wrestling LookBack podcast for the first edition of the NXT LookBack Show. I myself, Nick, am sitting here with
Donovan, and it's Donovan.
Your boy Younger.
All right, guys. I think this was one of the better shows, obviously, that we've went into so far in the look back. I thank everybody who's joined in so far, and anybody who's looked back at some of our shows that we've had. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram at PWLookBack, and yeah, I think we'll go kind of right in. Any quick points for you guys to name off to me as we normally started off on the look back? Quick points before I get into it.
Quick point, I guess. It's nothing really to do with the beginning, but we see a girl named Blue Pants that I'm not really familiar with, and we're going to be talking about this later on, but that's one of the key points of this show, in my eyes. And the other one is I was looking forward to the women's match that I've never seen before.
Nice.
So,
yeah, no, it was definitely probably one of my favorite matches I've seen, as we'll go into later plenty, but one of the best matches I've seen since I got back into wrestling in 2015. But you, Donovan, any quick points?
Yeah, for me, I really enjoyed the crowd here, the atmosphere of the crowd. I thought they were really intense, kept it up the whole time, and what a crowd. Brooklyn, always get a good crowd in the New York, Brooklyn area, so I really enjoyed that part of the show.
Nice. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's going to be an NXT LookBack show. We're going to be looking back here at the Barclays Center Brooklyn TakeOver show. It was the first show that they did outside of Full Sail University. So the attendance was pretty high. It was 15,589. Like I said, Barclays Center, August 22nd, 2015. And like you mentioned, Brooklyn, New York. And it was an NXT event only, obviously. This being the first one outside, like I said, of the Full Sail University. I really enjoyed the show. Standout stuff for me has to be the Bayley and Sasha match. We'll go into our big standout moments at the end of the night, or at the end of the show, I should say. But yeah, that match alone is a quick jump out point if I have to give you something from tonight to look back on as we do. As I say, that would be it. But yeah, there was, Rich Brennan on commentary, somebody who's not really around anymore.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about him, actually. Was he in NXT for a while?
He was for a little while. They were kind of grooming him to be, I think, I don't know, don't quote me, grooming him to be the next Michael Cole. I think Corey Graves obviously kind of took over that, because, as I was going to say, Corey Graves and Byron Saxton were alongside him for the show on commentary.
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with him either. That's when I saw him for the first time. I was like, Rich Brennan, but I didn't watch NXT at the time. I was just getting back into Raw and SmackDown.
To be honest with you, I didn't really... to me, he might have got a little lost in the shuffle today. Like, I noticed Corey was saying a lot of funny points as usual, and he was great. And Byron, he has his unique sound. But this guy, he kind of got lost in the shuffle for me. But I guess, he did well too, right?
Yeah, no, I think I agree. He wasn't really a standout person, and maybe that's in part why they let him go down the line. But yeah, that was just a small point from the show. There was a few things I had written down before we kind of go into Triple H giving us some NXT hype in the first match. Just the fact that this was, again, like I said, the first show outside of Full Sail. It was a big deal for the NXT, wrestlers and crew. Not only the wrestlers, but everybody involved in NXT. It was a big deal for them to be doing a big show like this. It was billed as a double main event with the Bayley Sasha match, as well as the Finn Balor Kevin Owens ladder match later in the night. It was pretty good to me. I had one just random question, not even necessarily related to this specific pay-per-view, but for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the name TakeOver? Do you think that suits? And do you like the fact that they kind of have continued on with just using that single name for the special event?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that because, like, with normal WWE, right, they always have, different stuff that they're using now, like Fastlane and all these new ones. But with NXT, it's just usually their thing. I think it's because it's just their, I don't know, they started, I'm not really familiar with it. I think that was the first time they did TakeOver. But, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'm not 100% sure. I know it was the 7th special event. I don't really want to call it a pay-per-view because it's only on the network. It's not really something available to actually buy as a pay-per-view. But I don't know 100%. I'd have to do my research on if they had prior events called TakeOver, but I know they had a Rival and other ones. I think there was a one called TakeOver.
I think there was.
Either way, like we talked about, it was the biggest one. It was the first one in front of 15,000 fans. And it was also the first night of WWE kind of doing the 3 nights in a row in the same building, with having TakeOver and then SummerSlam and then Raw all 3 nights in a row. I'm sure we'll look back at Survivor Series 2016. I myself, Mike, and Donovan attended that one.
Yeah.
I went myself to all 3 nights, so that was kind of, it's a cool experience for the fans if you're willing to drop the money and you're a big enough fan to go for 3 nights in a row and watch wrestling. Definitely cool that they introduced that back then. But yeah, what about you, Donovan? Do you like the name TakeOver? Does it suit it?
To me, I like it because it kind of represents, I guess, NXT, and it's their time. This is their show, and it's all about them. It's not really about the main roster. So the NXT TakeOver, I guess, to me, what I take from it is that it's really their time, their night to shine. It's all about. It's nothing to do with really the main roster at all. So yeah, I like it.
No, I agree. I think the TakeOver name works because, like you said, it's about them. They're kind of taking over. I don't want to be using the pun, but they are. And they have. Another point, again, just a quick one before we dive in. I don't think there's any wrestlers on this show that are A, left in NXT, or B, not on the main roster. Like, I think almost every wrestler on this show is not only off this roster, but still on the WWE roster, aside from maybe Murphy.
Blue Pants.
And Blue Pants, of course.
No, Blake and Murphy, right? They're not on the main roster.
Well, the one guy, younger, he's in the 205 tournament going on right now.
Yeah, Buddy.
And the other?
Yeah.
Here in early March.
Mm-hmm. Buddy Murphy, right? That's his first name, right?
Okay.
Buddy? Yeah, Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy, yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of these wrestlers, I mean, it's obviously cool to see, and understanding, we know now that it's working. You know what I mean? The progression system of going through the performance center and going to NXT and learning the ropes and camera angles, no pun intended with the ropes, but literally learning what you need to do to be a WWE superstar. It works, and clearly we've seen the,
Big shout out to Buddy Murphy, too, for having the fiance of Alexa Bliss.
Oh, yeah. Great catch.
Lucky bastard.
Great catch. I've been shout out to Alexa Bliss alone, not only for, first women's champion and Raw champion at the same, well, not at the same time, but first, to hold both titles. Mm-hmm. And I've been watching her since NXT, and she was with Blake and Murphy.
Especially where she came from now, because...
Exactly. Like I said, all of these superstars on this show, wrestlers, whatever you want to call them, have all been brought up and are succeeding now on the main roster, which I think is really cool. It shows the progression of NXT and the ability, like I said, what going down there actually, what you get out of it. But anything else you guys wanted to talk about before I dive into Triple H kind of sending us off?
No, yeah, I'm ready to get into that.
I'm ready to start too.
Cool, yeah. So that was pretty much it. Triple H came out. Future is now. NXT hype was big. We are NXT. Typical Triple H hype in the crowd stuff. I liked that he kind of stopped this. I enjoyed it then, and I think they did it for a couple pay-per-views after this, or NXT specials. I know I'm just going to call them pay-per-views. We know they're not, but you know what I mean. But I enjoyed that he stopped doing this down the line, because it made sense at the beginning when NXT was still growing, and he was saying where, we went from the small Full Sail to this big arena. The fact that he's kind of stopped doing it, and he's stepped away from being in the spotlight of NXT and more stuck to the back, I really appreciate that from Triple H, and I like it. Your guys' thoughts on Triple H and NXT and what he did, and kind of from then till now?
Yeah, for this show, I mean, it made perfect sense. As we talked about, it was the first one in a real big arena, right, outside of Full Sail, so it really made sense. But I totally agree with that point there. I don't want to see, Triple H at the beginning of every NXT show, but for the first few, it really made sense. And
it's nice to get the crowd hyped and everything, and tell them what's going on and what's going on today, and like what we're doing right now to get to this point. So yeah, it was cool. I don't mind the build up, but you're right. Like, it's nice that he's not really coming out there as much now.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. No, that's definitely was my thoughts. But that was pretty much it. He kind of addressed the crowd, and then they cut to just an NXT build up promo for kind of general promo for the whole night. Which again, shout out, like we do on almost every look back. Shout out to the promos. Good promo videos tonight. There's one I'll bring up later in the Kevin Owens and Finn Balor match.
Yeah.
But after that, we had a nice little fashion show, didn't we?
Didn't even get the beginning of this until...
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. A little bit of a swerve.
Yeah.
Tyler Breeze entrance.
Got me, for sure.
We had Tyler Breeze, and this was kind of fun for me and Donovan, because we had seen this show. We didn't remember much about it, but Zach had never seen this show to begin with, so we didn't tell him a lot of the matches. We kind of wanted to get the perspective of a fan of wrestling watching this show for the first time. So Zach's face when Jyushin Thunder Liger came out was awesome. But yeah, your thoughts on kind of the beginning of this match? And
yeah, I'll get right into it right away. Like you said, I was surprised to see Liger. That caught me right away because you guys were saying you knew about the pay-per-view.
Yeah, we told you you're going to like the opening.
Yeah, and I was actually quite surprised. And I can't believe, even at that time too, like that's where Tyler Breeze was. He was like that up-and-coming guy that I thought like he was going to be something big, and then they give him a match like this, getting Liger over here, and man, that was just insane. It was a great match too. Like I was surprised, especially with Breeze. I've never seen him, like, he was taking some bumps. Like, you know what I mean? Because Liger's like a hardcore dude, right? Japan style, you know what I mean? Strong style all the time. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the match. Did you like it or what?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. It was cool for me. It was very different to see, Liger over there. And I think it speaks a lot to like what they probably thought of Tyler Breeze at the time too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Letting him work with a guy like Liger and
that's right.
Putting that responsibility on him.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Because I wasn't really familiar with him. I guess Breeze was that good.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I was kind of just letting you guys finish for sure, but I had that the match was great and Jyushin Thunder Liger coming and fighting Tyler Breeze was amazing. But I had a question that you guys kind of beat me to the punch. Like, will Breeze ever be this good again? I watched a little bit of this in real time back then, but
well, that's what I was trying to get to. Like, was he
oh,
that
yeah,
good?
He was over, man. He not only was he kind of over. I don't want to use that word. He was pushed. He was in Fatal 4-Way matches for the NXT Championship. Like he was,
no doubt,
he was a main eventer of NXT. Wow. So when he came up, it was high hopes, especially us being a Canadian pro wrestling podcast. Shout out to Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
We know what he can do. Whether
Canadian baby all day.
Yeah, whether it's entertaining us with the Fashion Police, which is, I don't know, it is what it is. It's entertainment, I guess. But when a guy can go as well as he can, and no disregard to Fandango, but Tyler Breeze is being wasted, I would say.
You could say the same for Fandango, though, too, almost. Like, I mean, like, when you ask if he'll ever be in that singles run or that position again, like, I don't think so. I mean, everybody's got a part, and I think where these guys are now is, like, that's their role, and the comedic relief. I mean, it's kind of, not to go too off topic here, it's changed throughout time. Like at first with the little vignettes they were doing and everything, really good, really, really original. I'm not too sure what really is going on with them now, but hell of a hand, Tyler Breeze. He's good. Yeah,
I really wonder and hope that if they will do something with him in the coming years. I don't want to get too into the 2018 talk, but he's definitely somebody that hasn't been.
Or just give those two a push.
Yeah, you never know. Change it up a little bit. Give him something in the tag team division. But,
exactly. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, anyway, back to the match. It was back and forth. There was a cool spot in the corner, kind of sitting kick, and there was a funny selfie stick spot with Liger.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Took the selfie stick and kind of started taking selfies with Tyler Breeze's thing there. Any quick stuff you guys wanted to say about the match? I mean, I have some more stuff written down, but
I don't want to knock it, and I don't want to nitpick too much. I don't know if it was just me, but like I haven't watched a ton of Liger, but I've seen enough stuff from the little Japan. WCW era, because he had mixed it up with the cruiserweights there, Ray and those guys back in the early mid '90s, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to say he's old, but like he seemed a little slow to me in this match. What did you guys think?
I was saying earlier that he had there was a couple of bumps that Breeze took from him.
Yeah.
Like there was a few, like that one he came off of the top, right off the ring there. I think he did the flip.
Yeah.
And he landed on it like hard too. Like his head bounced too. But I know what you mean, because I think especially with Japan and like what you were saying back in the day, I didn't watch him back then. Did you say ECW?
WCW.
Oh, WCW. I wasn't really familiar with him. I didn't really watch that, of course. Yeah. So I'm trying to get back with that.
You're a big Japanese wrestling fan, so I know you've seen some of his stuff.
Well, that's what I mean.
More recent years.
Yeah, in Japan especially, like I think they just take like that. I think they just don't care. When you go out there, you just do what you got to do. Like you know what I mean?
But do you think his style in this match? Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
His style in this match is more akin to or the same as the wrestling that you see now, or not? Because I know you haven't seen his older stuff. So, like, did you not notice it as much?
Well, there's a couple of guys that came over even from like independent circuits that were allowed to do like these crazy flips, like even like Ricochet. I haven't seen a Ricochet match here in NXT yet, but like they take out certain moves that you're not allowed to do, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like...
So maybe what you're saying is he might not have been allowed to do some of the things that Donovan saw in WCW.
Sorry, I'm trying to get to the point. My bad, I'm just like, I'm carrying it a bit. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just think in Japan, they just don't care. Japan's like, just please the crowd. Get out there and do what you gotta do.
Might be the
Talk
difference.
to the guy that you're about to wrestle.
Not the age.
Yeah. And not even just age.
So currently, because I haven't seen new Liger or current Liger, is he still...
He's still,
he
is still good.
He's doing more than what he did tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
What we watched today.
Yeah, like if you watched, you guys, I don't know if you guys watched the full thing, but I watched Honor Rising there last weekend, and he was in a triple threat match, and he was with Cheeseburger, this skinny little guy, hilarious dude. But he was with him and. Oh my goodness, I forget. I forget what it's Delirious or whatever.
Okay.
But them together, it was really trippy. Not so much Cheeseburger, but Delirious and him when they worked together, it was insane. The bumps that they took in that match was crazy.
Okay,
and it's
so
just
still got it.
Oh yeah, 100%. If we ever watch something with New Japan, you guys will understand. Trust me.
I'm definitely going to be paying attention to him and Ray. I know they got something coming up, right?
Yeah. Too bad that we don't have Mike here, because Mike knows a lot about he knows a lot more than me with New Japan.
Liger,
but he will, definitely.
Hopefully, getting Mike back soon on the Pro Wrestling LookBack. Tweet Mike, get at him, tell him to come back on the show.
For sure.
We miss him.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll get back to the match. We had some crowd chants. Full Sail sucks. We hate Full Sail. Full Sail sucks. I don't know. I think the crowd was just happy to be getting an NXT show in Brooklyn and not have it only be for the fans in Florida. I thought that was pretty cool, even though it was kind of a chirp. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? Only other little thing I'll have here before we talk about the finish was that there was kind of like a side backcracker. I don't know what the move was called, but it was Tyler Breeze hitting Liger with like a side backcracker type of move, and it was really cool. I don't know. It was just something I thought I'd bring up. But Liger wins with the Liger bomb.
Yes.
Big one there. Were you guys surprised by this? How did you feel with the way the finish? I know Younger had already mentioned that he thought the match was pretty good, and Donovan not as big of a fan, but were you okay with Liger going over?
Yeah, okay, wait, before I give my take on this, Younger, what did you think? Were you surprised that he won, or were you thinking Tyler Breeze was going to... Like, what did you think about it before I give my...
When we watched it at first, I'm like, is he over here or something? Was he part of NXT? But I guess not. I guess they just called him, which they need to start doing more often, because that was sick.
Bringing guys for a one-off.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But, I was quite surprised. But at the same time, it was only like a one-hit wonder type of thing. They just wanted him to come over, I guess, have a nice feud with, just for Breeze for the one night. It was cool, like, whatever. Even if he lost, I wouldn't have cared. It was just awesome to see him there. Yeah. Because I never even knew about that. That's amazing. That really caught me right away. Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, nice.
For me, going back to when I first seen the match, I didn't really know what to expect. I guess I was kind of more leaning towards Tyler Breeze winning. I kind of thought he would have taken it because he was the WWE guy.
I was thinking the same thing, I gotta be honest. I didn't remember this one. I think, like I said to you when we watched the show, I think when I watched it live, I caught it in the middle and watched it from the middle onwards, more around the Tyler, not Tyler Breeze, sorry, Ty Dillinger Apollo match, which we'll get to later. But I think you're right. Yeah,
and to me the finish seemed a little abrupt. I want to say almost like it just kind of came
out of nowhere.
For me,
all the matches on the card were kind of shorter than some of them. I don't have the time written down for this one right now, but I thought it was a pretty good match, and unless you guys have anything else to say, we'll move on.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. Nice to see you, Liger. That was awesome. That was cool.
Yeah, shout out Liger. All right, after that, before the next match, we had just a little spotting from the club, the original Bullet Club, the Click, as they're better known as.
Oh, yes. Wow. We
had Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and your boy, Younger.
XXXX. My boy. Pac.
Yeah. I was going to say, he did a little XXX.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We don't want to bring that up. That's, yeah. Anyway, we had that. We had the boys sitting there. Too sweet.
Shout out to freaking Scott Hall for the little toothpick throw he did at the camera. I found that hilarious. Just a random little thing I noticed. Yeah.
Always in the gimmick.
Classic Scott Hall right there.
Keeping the gimmick strong.
Too sweet.
Yeah.
And then we had dun dun. She's not like most girls, guys.
Oh yeah, it's this little promo here.
A little lead up promo to Nia Jax, who we had yet to see in WWE. Or NXT at this point.
Yeah, I remember when I first seen this, actually. I was interested. Because I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't know who she was. I don't remember seeing this promo at all. Like
I do.
Totally... Yeah. I maybe later, like in NXT episodes or something, seeing building up promos in NXT episodes, but I don't remember this being on this specific show. It was all right. You know,
yeah, nothing special.
Nothing special. All we know is she's not like most girls.
That's right.
But yes, next we had the Vaudevillains with our favorite, or your guys' favorite.
Oh, but this was the
with Blue Pants versus Blake and Murphy and Alexa Bliss. It was a 2-on-2 match. It was just for the titles. The women were kind of there, just as supporting roles.
Oh, I thought they were facing the Edgeheads. That's what, to me, that's what I thought. I thought they were facing the Edgeheads with Alexa Bliss.
Not a fan of Blake and Murphy. These guys held the tag team titles in NXT for a while, man.
God, I don't know
why.
Why
would they call her Blue Pants?
Yeah, that's a whole different...
That's a whole other ballgame, buddy.
Yeah.
I think that she has some indie cred, from what I think, and like that's just her gimmick. She wears blue pants, and she's Blue Pants, and she has that
good for
great
her.
theme song.
Fantastic music. It's, we contemplated starting the show with that, but we didn't know how that would turn out for you guys at the beginning.
We may end it with that.
Yeah, we'll see. We're not, show's not over, but any quick points for the match from you guys? I know this one wasn't special. I had the time for this one and the rest of them going forward. This one was only 10 minutes, 16 seconds. Not very big, but
I want to say good on Simon Gotch. He, as a babyface, I noticed when he was getting in there for the hot tag, he really showed a lot of fire as a babyface and like was hitting some really good offense. I was impressed by Simon Gotch, and maybe it's because I don't remember so much of him now that he's gone. And looking back, it was like, yeah, he was pretty good. And I was always a fan of that gimmick, him and Aiden English. I really thought they would have done more on the main roster. I know didn't ever really won the main tag team titles over there.
Titles, man, they barely even got a run on the main roster. But I agree. I also, speaking of Aiden English, I think the one bump he took on the apron there.
Oh yeah,
fantastic spot as well.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Good work by him. Not much else to say. I know we were nitpicking a lot with this match, and there was more just little things like the cool ring gear that Blake and Murphy had, the Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that was one thing I enjoyed.
Ring gear that we spotted, and I don't know.
Alexa just looked fantastic.
As always, I mean, no real stuff there. And then we had a really nice swanton.
I was gonna say
from Aiden English as well.
Yeah,
Something we don't see
that was awesome
anymore either.
That was amazing. I forgot about that. He's got to start doing that more, eh? They got to start giving him more of a
The
push.
match itself was really slow, and then I found like the finish picked up quickly. I don't have specifically... We kind of just look back here on the podcast. I'm not going to give you a match or you know, hit for hit, punch for punch, move for move at the end of the match. But basically some stuff happened. They hit each other, and they came down to a swanton bomb and new tag team champs. Did you guys think this was good? Did you expect it going in? Did you think, Vaudevillains?
You told me, I guess they were pretty good coming up, and they definitely showed it because I've never seen Aiden English do a fucking swanton off the top rope, so that was amazing. And it's cool they're giving him a little push now with Rusev too, even though he's not really fighting, but I'm glad because I like Aiden English. I really like him. And Simon Gotch, there was nothing wrong with him either. I don't really understand the release. I want to look into that.
Yeah.
But, they worked really well with each other. I love the whole old school type of thing. But, yeah, they were cool.
For sure. And I don't want to discredit the finish by, just saying it was a couple punches thrown here and there. It was good. The sequence of what they did was good. I just can't remember exactly how it, came to be. But your thoughts, Donovan?
Yeah, overall, I'm glad the Vaudevillains picked up the win here. I was definitely more on rooting for them. I forgot who was gonna take this match, but yeah, Simon Gotch, man, good on him. Like I remember in the ending, that hot tag, a lot of him, he really took over the end of that match there.
Yeah, no, he did. He, like you said, he had some fire.
Yeah,
which was good to see. We'll move on. I had one little quick comment. I know Corey Graves mentioned something about Jay-Z. He said something. I don't know exactly what it was, but It was something funny.
Yeah, God, I honestly wish I could remember, because I laughed at it. It was good.
Yeah, I don't know. Making little jokes, as he always does. Corey Graves.
Yeah, the great Brooklyn Jay-Z reference from Corey Graves.
Yeah. I wish we remembered what it was.
Yeah.
No big deal. Like I said, it's just more I was bringing up the fact that Corey Graves was doing his thing and being funny like he always is. For the next match, we had Finn Balor showing up in an SUV with Neville, which I didn't know. Were they just buddies at the time? Was that like they were two baby faces kind of?
Well,
I don't remember exactly why they were a group. Not a group, but you know what I mean? Together.
I think he was kind of just rolling with a former friend from the independent era, and also former NXT champion who had quite a run as the champ himself. So yeah, I think that's nothing too much to read into.
And then Cesaro too, right?
Cesaro as well, who
maybe a European connection between the three of them as well.
Yeah. I know those three probably go back to before WWE days and working together on the indie circuit. And obviously Cesaro's had fantastic matches in the early days of NXT, you know, going back to the stuff with like Sami Zayn, and he would always, during that time when he was doing a tag team with Jack Swagger, I want to say, I remember he would come down a lot and work with the NXT guys and really help build that brand. So Cesaro has a connection to that as well.
No, I just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was kind of cool, them showing him interacting with other baby faces on the show, former champ, like I said, European wrestlers. Definitely a cool little thing. Any thoughts for you, Younger, on that?
No, I was going to say the 3 European horsemen.
Hey, that's kind of fun.
I could have had something, I think.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
Could have been. They would work too. They're all kind of different size, shape. You know what I mean?
And styles, yeah.
Styles too. Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta say though, when that little limousine first pulled up, I thought it was Sasha Banks coming out. That's what I thought.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of upset at myself for not even thinking that. I totally thought that it. I don't know who I thought. I honestly thought it might be
that was my
executive or something of that. I think I'm so trained from watching Raw that if I see a limo that it's Stephanie or Triple H, that it could have been, you know, an executive. But I don't know. Either way, cool little thing to do to throw in between. Like, they don't do a lot of backstage stuff at the NXT TakeOver shows. It's basically just match.
Yes, yeah.
We had a lot of matches here, and we'll go into the next one. Next one was special for me. It was Ty Dillinger, Apollo Crews. I remember around the time I was just getting into NXT, I threw on this show. I think, like I said earlier, I'd kind of got into the middle, and I threw on the show, and it was this match. And Ty Dillinger's a guy that I remember watching as a kid before I kind of got out of wrestling. It was probably 2004 or 5. I know I might have said 2003 on another show. I can't remember. It was in that range that I seen him at a local show in Oshawa. And it was just cool to flip on the TV and see a guy that I saw when I was a kid live at a little indie show and see him in WWE and the success that he had. I know this wasn't his spotlight of a match. It was more on Apollo Crews and his debut in NXT. But your guys' thoughts on Ty Dillinger as a whole? Whoever's got it, go.
I don't know. I don't have a lot to say, really. I enjoy his work. I love the gimmick. I wish that they would give this guy more of a chance, you know, because he's a good wrestler for sure. And I love the gimmick, and I think the fans were really into it at this time. Not so much at this time. I feel like it was just starting to build up, but like throughout later on in NXT, it's over. You know.
Yeah. Oh no, he was definitely
not to just
over
throw
in
that
NXT.
word around, but like even when he came up in the Rumble there, I'm surprised that he's just kind of lost in the shuffle. A guy who's lost in the shuffle now. What do you think, Younger?
I don't know, man. Like, I just don't understand why they're not looking at the crowd more, because it's about the crowd and cheering, and then getting the people fired up and cheering. Because like I'm hearing Rusev Day nonstop, and they don't even have him doing anything. They got people shouting 10 all the time. Like, and they're not even pushing him. Like, there's certain shit that people want to see
on the show now in 2018.
I know, and like I read the other day, he had a dark match apparently after.
Well, that's Tyler. Ty Dillinger has dark matches now. I'm pretty sure exclusively with Mike Bennett. They kind of open the shows a lot of the time. Yeah, Mike Bennett and Tyler. Huh. I keep saying Tyler, but Ty Dillinger are kind of having matches together. But yeah, I know. I figured you guys wouldn't have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of biased just because I saw him when I was younger, and his name was Sean Spears. And
okay,
it's cool, different.
I was gonna say I think he fought Jinder Mahal for that dark match the other night on SmackDown.
Okay,
That would have
yeah, I
been
could
great
see
to
that
see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just
a
amazing
good
how
point.
certain people, what we want or whatever, and WWE doesn't do it. It's so much. It's just so angry.
Especially when we look back like this too, right?
Yeah.
You can see what was
Exactly,
and where it's turned out to be now,
Yeah.
2-3 years later.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree. This, like I said, this was Apollo's first match in NXT. It was kind of the debut of Apollo Crews. I thought it was really weird that he
Yeah, and boy, did he let us know,
yeah,
right?
like he kept looking at his name on the ground, on the writing, and the Jumbotron, and he was saying, "That's me, I'm Apollo."
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't know. I thought that was strange as fuck.
I'm not a fan of this Apollo. Like I said to you when we were watching this match, I'd love to see this guy work a heel gimmick, because he always even now to this day, he comes in smiling and happy, and he's just happy to be there, and like he needs more of a character, you know. He's a great athlete, you know. I think this guy's got like real potential to be something.
Should turn on Titus.
He needs more of a character to him, because that he reminded me of like Rocky Maivia, man, just smiling and happy to be there, and
Guys, I wish I could show
shaking
you my
hands
face right now.
with the crowd, and you know,
You just said that.
you know what I mean? Just that it's a corny baby face. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
And that's kind of your thoughts as him as a whole, eh?
I
have it written down. That was kind of my next question for you guys. Like, what do you, aside from this match, like, what are your thoughts on Apollo?
I like I said, I think he's a great athlete and he's got serious potential, but I don't know. He comes off a little corny to me, and that's just me being honest.
Do you feel the same, Younger? Or?
Yeah, I do feel the same. Like I said, he should turn on Titus and see if he can start doing his own thing on his solo run. But like they tried to do the whole solo run with him, but it didn't really work out too well. So I don't know. But that's what I mean. Like that's what Donovan's saying. Maybe
Just give him
the solo run, but as a heel.
Yeah,
like,
give
you know
him
what I
some
mean?
steam. Like he
see
did
what
something
happens.
in this match I wanted to bring up. I don't know what you guys thought of this spot, but so you know, Ty does the cartwheel and then the 10. So he did that. Apollo did it right back to him, his version. And this guy, he does a cartwheel, he does a backflip, and then he goes, "No, that's a 10." And the crowd loved it. Like the crowd was
saying,
all over that.
I'm a 10.
All over that.
You're not a 10.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying there. And that spot was cool. Even though the match itself, it wasn't that good, I would say. I don't know. Well, it was kind of quick.
Yeah, it was very quick. What was the
time
on this one? It felt like if I'm guessing here, I'm going to say like, 5 minutes at most?
I'll say
Am I
7.
right there?
Yeah, not even 4 minutes 43
Yeah,
seconds.
Wow.
that's totally
For
right.
that one,
my
so it's quick.
goodness.
And we would have doesn't say much from my boy Ty, but we had a nice kick from Apollo. Like he kind of does like a jumping. It's not an enziguri, but it's kind of like a jumping kick, and he does the
Yeah.
he does the smack. And then the backflip. 1, 2, 3. That was it.
Yeah.
4 minutes 43 seconds, right? Yeah, 4 minutes 43 seconds.
They couldn't have let it go 10, eh?
They couldn't bring it to 5 at least.
I couldn't even let it go 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we have to say about that match.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add on that.
Pretty solid one, I guess. When it was all said and done for Apollo, not for
Yeah,
Ty.
this was
It was
like
a good way to build up Apollo quick on a pay-per-view, fit him in.
Yeah, it was his coming out party, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So I see why they
could
didn't
have
want
been, right? Looking back.
Yeah.
After
Hope you
that,
get your push, buddy. Hope you get your push.
Oh, yeah. Let's pray. Let's hope, man. Like you said, let's hope. But straight moving forward, we had the first kind of induction of the Dusty Classic from William Regal. Nothing major to go about, but I know this was around the time of Dusty passing away.
Yes.
Same year, I think. Don't quote me on that. Rest in peace, Dusty. You know, big member of the NXT community at this time, with all the wrestlers that are involved on this show. Definitely were influenced and had interactions with Dusty. So
Yeah, wow, this was the build to the first Dusty Classic, right?
yeah, well, Regal kind of announced it on the show here. Yeah. And then after that, we had the Tough Enough contestants. I don't remember Buddy's names. All I remember is Mandy, because she's the only
The Yeti.
The Yeti. And then the Hick guy, and then the girl that got
ridiculous
knocked
gimmick.
up by whoever. You guys
Murphy or Blake.
Don't even give her the
one of
name. Just be like,
one
you
of
know,
the
the
two.
girl that got knocked up.
I don't
Well,
That's awesome.
well, you know
I
what?
feel
The
bad,
sad-
but
she was the winner.
I don't know her name.
She's the girl who won the
Sarah.
show.
But
She
really,
won.
like, did
Wasn't
she?
it Sarah something?
Yeah, maybe.
Sarah Lee or something.
Yeah, it was. It was Sarah Lee.
I actually watched that. Tough
That's
Enough
weird.
when
It
it
You know
was
is.
who
aired.
won,
I think.
though? Mandy Rose won.
And so did
No.
and so did my boy, the Velveteen Dream. He came
Exactly.
from that Tough Enough as well.
Exactly. Those are the
Yeah.
people that won.
These Tough Enough. Yeah, I don't want to go too far into that.
No, there's not much to talk about. We'll go on to the next match, and honestly, before we get to the next match, we'll do what we normally do, and that's check us out on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, at PWLookBack. Pro Wrestling LookBack on YouTube, prowrestling.wordpress.com is the website. Check us out on all those places. You know, we've got polls going on Twitter right now. If you want, check those out for possible upcoming WrestleMania lookbacks we want to do in the future. Shout out WrestleMania 21. That's my vote.
18.
But yeah.
No, I'd like to watch WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, definitely check out all the social media stuff just to stay updated with anything we're going to be posting. And we're hoping to be getting on the podcasting networks in the future, but we're just kind of sticking to YouTube right now to, you know, play the field and build a community like we've always said. That's our main goal, talk pro wrestling.
So get that word out there.
Yeah.
PWLookBack.
Exactly. You know, we just want to talk pro wrestling in a positive sense, build a community. That's the main goal with Pro Wrestling LookBack, and you know, we hope you enjoy everything we've had. But we'll go straight into the next match. Match number 4. Your boy here, Younger. Your boy, Baron Corbin. Versus
Yes.
Samoa Joe.
End of days. I love Baron Corbin.
Big fan.
This is Baron Corbin's number 1 fan.
This was amazing because I wasn't really familiar with NXT at the time because I was only watching Raw and SmackDown, but some people are giving the hype for Baron, even though he's still that heel to this day. And it's really nice to see what he's doing now. And a lot of people do chirp him because he wasn't part of the indie scene and all that stuff because he started with football and all that other stuff. But I don't mind him at all, man. Like, I think he's really well performed in the ring with other people. Him and Samoa looked fantastic in that match. Yeah. Samoa did really, really well with him. They worked really well with each other.
He works hard.
Yeah, he does, and I'm glad that he's getting a little bit of a push right now, which is nice.
I can respect that, man. You know what I mean. You don't just like him because of stupid little things. You respect the craft and the grind that he's put in, and not only in the WWE.
And don't get me wrong, he played football. Like, I'm into sports, hardcore sports.
In other sports,
you know what I mean?
too, right?
So,
not only WWE.
For sure.
He put the grind in, and he's been an athlete for a while. I can respect that. You know, he's not my favorite, but I can respect that opinion and why.
Yeah,
why
just like your boy Roman.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you. You guys let us know. I'm interested in doing a Roman Reigns look back. We can just kind of look back at anything Roman Reigns for the fans that want to hear it. You get at me personally at Salsa on Twitter for that one. But we'll continue forward with the match. More of Donovan's opinions on Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe. I know you're a big Joe fan.
Yes, I am. Joe, he's first on Baron Corbin, I want to say I was really into Baron Corbin at this time. Actually,
Thank you.
I was
Fucking right.
More of a Baron. Now he's to me, he's lost a bit of steam, and I don't know if it's because of the fact that he, you know, had the Money in the Bank and had a brief run with the U.S. title, like a very quick kind of run.
Well, it was really shitty how he had to lose his briefcase though, because of that incident or whatever. But
yeah, it happens, you know.
Yeah.
It happens. Like there's been situations in the past with other guys where it's happened. It's
That's
same
right.
same type of thing. But I was really into Baron Corbin at this time, and I actually remember when I was watching this match live, I was pretty excited for it because I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan, huge Baron Corbin fan, and this match I want to say might be my sleeper match of the night because I enjoyed it. I thought it was like a pretty hard hitting match.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I was.
Even
I
as
was
much of I know you're a fan. I
Yeah,
wouldn't have guessed that.
I was impressed with some of the moves that these guys put in.
I think this match was one of the cooler ones, and I don't want to stress the point, but to look back at, like we did.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to see where these guys have went since. I know Samoa Joe's injured now, but it's cool, like, to look back and see where wrestlers end up after, you know, not only 2-3 years, but this was Samoa Joe's first feud in NXT.
Yeah.
So this was kind of the beginning of Samoa Joe in WWE as a whole, and some people I know.
That's awesome how it was with Baron then.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know
cool.
what was a good thing about this? Like the whole Baron Corbin gimmick that time was he was kind of knocking those guys who came from the Indies. Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
And he feuded with a lot of those guys. Like he did stuff with Austin Aries and I want to say Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe. Like he had feuded with a lot of these guys who were more popular, came from the indie scene. So it was a nice little thing they had going.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I like the indie scene and stuff
too,
but like it's just that everyone doesn't like him. Or
No.
I heard a lot because he didn't come from that type of era and stuff. Like, it's like, oh, this guy just got picked because, like, he's big and stuff. Gives a flying fuck. If he knows how to work in the ring, I don't care. That's all I care about.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's progressed.
Yeah.
From then to now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not like he's gotten worse.
That's right, yeah.
Since then.
And
like
End
I
of
said
Days
earlier,
is
I
one of the
respect
best finishers I've ever seen. In my eyes. I love the End of Days.
It's cool, and it can happen out of nowhere. It's one of those things where, like, I mean, you can't do it to anybody, but it's definitely a move that's quick and out of nowhere, and
That's right.
looks awesome, honestly.
And I miss his old theme music, by the way.
I was just gonna say that's
were
the
you?
next. That's the
Okay.
next. No, honestly, no. I'm happy when you guys do that. This was literally the next thing I was gonna say. His old music was awesome. The spotlights that he used to come out with. His stuff now is good. I know they tweaked it for a bit, and there was different ones. And
Yeah.
but this one worked. To me, it didn't even really need changing. Maybe this had to do with the letting go of Jim Johnson, WWE recording artist, long time. Who knows? I don't know. But it was definitely better than the one he has now, in my opinion. But Joe was over here big time. The crowd definitely knew Samoa Joe. You didn't need
Oh, for
much
sure.
build
We
up
all
there.
know who Samoa was.
Yeah. Everyone knew from the TNA days and everything. Like you said, Donovan, you're a big fan. But there was a lot of submissions in the match, as you see with Samoa Joe, especially at the beginning, and the crowd was super into it.
There was one thing I wanted to bring up. Sorry, was in the promo, the build to this match. I really like how Corbin, was listing all his things, and Joe came in with, "Well, they called me." Like it was very short and to the point. I just thought that was awesome.
I was
great.
very happy you brought that up because I didn't write that down, and that's an amazing point about how Baron Corbin said, I can do this. I called them, and then they took me immediately. Well, and Joe's saying, I didn't call them.
They called me. Yeah.
They
I
called
thought
me.
it was a great line in the
I-
promo.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah, like I said, a sleeper match for me. Not my most favorite match of the night, but I enjoyed it. I kind of forgot about it, honestly. So when it popped up, I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot about this one.
Yeah. Any specific spots or anything? I know there was a nice single leg crab that we were. I don't know. I think it's something we don't see a lot. It's usually just Joe that does those, but that was cool. I know me and Younger like the Boston crab, the single leg. Any other stuff?
I enjoyed. There was a nice End of Days that he hit on Samoa Joe.
Shout out Younger.
Yeah, it was awesome.
EOD.
Yeah, there was a knee bar too that was kind of nice that he had locked in for a little while. Like I said, there was lots of submissions. Everything pretty much I had written down for Joe was submissions and then hard hitting.
Yeah, it was very
Stiff.
physical.
Oh, that's Samoa for you.
Stiff match.
And then when Samoa came into the ring and he tried to charge at him, and then Baron picked him up, and then he did that 360 turn and slam.
That's what
I don't know what
it was.
that.
The three. I
don't know what the name is.
I was
I'm
getting
sorry.
the two confused.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah, I think a lot of
can't
wrestling
remember the
fans are gonna
name
be
of
like, "You're a fucking retard," but you.
Hey man, like I
whatever.
said, opinions. Look back.
Yeah.
Another thing too, guys, that are listening, we don't all have computers here for finding out facts on the fly. We're just shooting the shit, talking wrestling.
We may need a fax guy.
Yeah. Shut up.
So if anybody wants to be,
I was gonna say, so anybody that's listening, write some stuff down and tell us. Okay.
Send
Don't be
us-
afraid to call me a retard too. So that's cool.
Send us questions too. I know they're, we don't have a huge base of listeners yet, but anybody that's checking it out, send us a question.
Retard, idiot. Sorry. Retard's rude.
yeah, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, that's very rude.
Don't say that.
Not in this day and age. It's PG show. No.
No, you're right. No, seriously, no, you're
Speaking
right.
of the PG,
You're right.
we had a pass out, no blood. I like seeing this kind of stuff better.
Did you like this finish?
It was okay. The Coquita clutch, as it's called.
It kept Corbin strong, I guess.
I think so too.
liked
And the fact that he passed out rather than
tap out.
tapping out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, I don't know why I said the blood thing, but I just, when you see the matches like this where there are two big hard hitting guys and I see somebody passing out, I think it's me thinking of Stone Cold.
Yeah.
WrestleMania
13
with Bret Hart where he passed out in the sharpshooter. I don't know. It was still good though. I enjoyed the match, and like you said, it was kind of a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah. No pun intended, because he ended with the sleeper.
Exactly. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Younger's a big fan of Baron Corbin. Any other stuff you wanted to mention about him before we move on?
Nope. Well, actually, one thing. It would be a dream come true, but obviously it's not going to happen. I want him to win at Fastlane, but he's not going to win, which sucks.
Fastlane this coming 2018 March.
Yeah, 2018. Sorry about that. Yes.
Yeah, no worries.
I can't wait.
We just don't know when the listeners are listening in, so
That's right. Yeah.
Let us know or let them know when we're talking about current stuff, when that current stuff is taking place.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I really want him to win. It'd be a dream come true, but it's
we'll
obviously
see.
not going to happen.
I think down the line, maybe 2019, 2020, I don't think he's going to be going anywhere personally.
He's being used a lot, so
yeah.
Hopefully they keep it that way. So
Good luck to Baron, yeah.
I love you, Baron.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had Ric Flair, Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
And Kanna, Auska.
Yeah.
To me,
Kanna.
I have it written down. Is this a weird trio of wrestlers to have together, or is that just me?
Yeah, no, it is.
Even Flair and Slaughter, like, that seems like I see Slaughter and I kind of more associate him with Hogan, not Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I know they're all legends and stuff, but I at the time, like I said, I was getting back into wrestling. I didn't know Kanna. I didn't know that Auska now was Kanna in New Japan. First, cool that she was there. I had no idea, and it's cool to know that she was front row for the match that we're about to talk about after this.
She was looking fantastic, too. Oh.
Yeah, definitely looking good.
Yeah, it was a weird trio. But, sometimes they do that. They just throw not to include it, but as far as Flair and Slaughter goes, like, they just like to throw these guys together. Even if they never really worked that much together, it wasn't a highly noted thing. Like, I think Slaughter and Hogan.
I think it was just guess on the show. Like,
for sure. I think the one other time we saw it that night, whatever you want to call it, was with the club guys.
The Click, yeah.
The Click guys.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I had that stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Too sweet. Yeah.
Too sweet.
But, yeah, I don't know. Definitely different. And then immediately after that, the other trio, Team B.A.D. Which...
Oh, yeah.
Naomi,
I forgot.
Tamina,
well,
and Sasha.
That made sense, yeah.
Who's also at this time, because she was called up. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that music.
Good God.
But yeah, that was weird. I mean, it was cool that they were sitting ringside to watch Sasha, because I know Sasha was called up on the main roster at this time, similar to Kevin Owens when he had come up with the belt. But yeah, we had Stephanie McMahon come out after that, after they showed us the people in the crowd. I don't remember this. I don't think this should have happened. To me, this was completely not needed. I'm not usually one to rag on Stephanie. I'm actually kind of somewhat of a Stephanie McMahon fan, whether that's a popular opinion or not. I didn't like this. Why? Why is Stephanie coming out? What's the purpose?
Because she is the spearhead of the women's divas, whatever you want to call it, the revolution, evolution. She likes to stick her nose right in there, honestly. She likes to be right in there. We've seen her all over the Royal Rumble stuff, the Elimination Chamber stuff.
It's just money-wise, too. It's nice to get her out there. And
I was a little, I forgot about this, and I was a little, at first I was confused. I'm like, why is she out here? And then when I realized she was introducing the women.
By the way, that was really dumb to say. It's not money-wise. They have lots of money.
But
I think it's just getting her, like what you said, just getting her out there and knowing, like, I don't know, it's just something for the crowd, just to get them, just let them know.
I think it was more for Stephanie.
Yeah, no, me too.
You know what?
She likes to be, she's right in there.
Personally.
That's what like I said, like, as far as the women's Royal Rumble, look, she was all over that stuff.
Yeah.
And the Elimination Chamber.
She just has to be there.
No gyps on Stephanie. Like, they do a lot for WWE and for us. We're the fans. Thank you. Yeah, like, I understand. You know what I mean? There would be no WWE without us. There would be no WWE without you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But why? What's the purpose of you coming out and introducing Sasha Banks and Bayley before this match? I'm sorry. That's my own personal pro wrestling fan.
Yeah, no,
opinion,
I agreed with you, man. It wasn't needed, because it was weird too. Because she came out, she said, "The boss, Sasha Banks and Bayley," and then the promo came after this.
Yeah, then
so
we got
I thought
promo,
that was kind of weird,
which I want to talk about, because this is, I mean, guys, this is possibly the best match I've seen.
This is one of your favorites, I know.
Since coming back into watching wrestling in 2015, and forget coming back into wrestling. This is one of my favorite matches I've ever watched in pro wrestling. I don't need Stephanie McMahon talking before that. I don't need her to hype it up.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the promo. That's why I went right into it. The promo for this was fantastic. Like, it was just showing Bayley, you know, the perfect Bayley character that we've never gotten on the main roster. Showing that building up of her and having Charlotte turn on her and Becky turn on her and all this stuff. You know what I mean? It was just a really good promo.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and the match we'll go into was something special. I think we mentioned it many times during the match, how this was something we were watching it at the time, me and Donovan, and even younger watching it this time for the first time. It was something special. We watched it and we realized, like, we're watching something special. This isn't your average women's match, you know, on a takeover. And this is before, not to get long-winded here and talk too much without you guys getting to talk, but
No.
this was before the women's Hell in a Cell matches. This was before women's Royal Rumble matches and Elimination Chamber matches and main events of Raw. Well, you had main events of Raw, but, you know, frequent main events of Raw. So it was a big fucking deal. Like, this was a big fucking deal of a match, and they delivered. Before we go right into what happened with the finish and the actual match itself and all the stuff in the match, the entrances were great. Bayley had her normal kind of Bayley hugger entrance and stuff, and Sasha's was fantastic with the kind of tribute to Eddie Guerrero-ish type entrance coming out in the vehicle with the bodyguards.
It made sense with the whole boss heel Sasha too. I thought, like, the bodyguards and everything. Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts, kind of just on the hype level of this match? Because I know I've been talking a lot on it, and the entrances. I just kind of want to get your feel before we talk about the spots in the match.
Yeah, like, it's an amazing match. Definitely, I really enjoyed it. I'd probably put it up there, and as far as matches of this new era, for me, I really did like it, and it was good going back because I haven't watched it in a while. Like you said, it was something special.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched it live, just being like, I had never seen a women's match like this. Just some of the stuff they were doing, it was like so similar to stuff that we see the guys doing. Like, as far as like the work that Sasha was putting in on the body part, and
even just
the flip and the selling and the healing it up, and
I was going to say, even the way that they put into Sasha's entrance, I know that has nothing to do with the match.
Totally,
but even just the effort and the work and
the way she comes out and everything too.
It just felt bigger.
I wanted to bring this up too because it showed, like, it really showed afterwards too, because, like, I know after this match is what it led to them being a main event of an NXT show with that Iron Man match that they had. So it showed, you know, this match made a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it being before all the other, you know, in quotes, first ever women's matches, it turned a page for women's
like
wrestling.
These two technically were they main evented first in an NXT world, NXT bubble, but still they did a
to me, we're going to talk about the main event, but to me this stole the show without a doubt. I don't know how about
I wasn't really same? Oh yeah, for sure. Just wasn't familiar with all that shit because I didn't watch NXT at the time. Sorry,
but that's what's cool about the look back, especially with your opinion. Yourself younger. Yeah, I like getting the opinion of somebody watching it as a big pro wrestling fan. But not watching it at the time.
No, for sure.
Cool. So
no.
Continue. Sorry,
I agree. No, don't worry. I agree. But my little brother watched this like at the time, and he told me, he was like, "I have you watched TakeOver Brooklyn?" And I said, no. And he goes, it's probably one of the best pay-per-views I've seen from this era at this time. And I said, okay. And that was like true. But I didn't watch NXT, so I didn't really care. Mm-hmm. And then after reading, going on social media, they kept talking about this women's match. And it was on for like 2 weeks. They talked about this forever. Like, I think, for sure.
Any interview I hear with Sasha or Bayley on a Stone Cold or a JR or any podcast, this match gets brought up. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you said it was one of your favorite matches of, I guess, this time, or even in pro wrestling, which is crazy. That's crazy,
one of my
but that's
favorite
awesome.
Matches of all time.
No, that's awesome to hear, though, man. That's awesome. But one of my favorite matches is Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate, man, and that just happened 2 years ago.
Exactly, not even.
Last year, wasn't it? Yeah,
exactly,
there you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I just couldn't believe some of the crap that they were doing in the ring, which would just. Especially with those two, just woman-wise and everything, there are just they use a lot of the ropes. I don't know if you guys noticed that a lot. There was a lot of ropes and stuff.
And in the corners, too.
Yeah. But it was just very, very hard-hitting.
The springboard elbow drop there in the corner at the beginning.
Oh, when she hopped off the rope, Bayley? Oh, that was beautiful.
Down on
that
her,
was beautiful.
That was a really cool
And then
spot.
Sasha giving her the knees from the top rope, the very top rope, onto the midsection. That was fantastic, too. It was just... it was cool to watch this. I've never... seen NXT at the time, like I said, so it was just it was interesting watching this and seeing what the women's revolution was going to be and who was going to be coming up. So it was great. It was fantastic. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorite matches of all time, but for women wise, for sure. For women, yes, I will definitely put it in my top 10 for sure, because there's too many matches to go over. You know what I mean? But top 10, 150%.
Well, you brought up the Pete Dunne Tyler Bate match along with this, but what I wanted to say, like, in comparison, like, it's really like why I think a lot of people talk about this match and love this match so much is not only the great like moves they were pulling off, but you know what? It's a story. It's like back to basics. This is storytelling. You have a clear-cut baby face who's like really a good, a good character, that good guy, good girl, you know what I mean, type of character, and a straight up heel. A lot like that Pete Dunne Tyler Bate situation. So like it's just back to the basics. And Sasha did all the right things, I thought, as a heel in this match, The shit talking and getting in her face. Agree. And Bayley, like the selling, awesome.
The selling was amazing, and the viciousness, the ruthless, aggression.
Hard hitting,
use a wrestling word, but
very, very hard hitting.
From Sasha,
I use that word a lot, but very, very hard hitting, man.
Yeah, I have it written down. Like, I don't mean it to disregard Sasha, but she was a mean bitch in this fucking match, man. Like,
stomping on her hand when she was giving her the finisher
that was my
crazy
moment. Me and Donovan both had separate moments that we said when we were watching the match. This moment made us feel like, wow, I'm going to remember this match. I'm witnessing something special. Donovan's was the hand being stuck in the...
Yeah, just in the step. The entire work of the hand, I want to say,
and mine being kind of the stomping of the hand 5 minutes later. Two spots that set the match apart from not only other men's matches, but definitely women's matches of that time. Really, really good. Do you guys have a preference on who you like better, disregarding this kind of match? I know I like to ask random questions about the wrestlers involved in the matches sometimes on the look back, but do you guys have a preference, Sasha, Bayley?
Both, man. Both. I like them both. I think they're both very, very well especially when they work with each other too. Like when they face each other and stuff too. Even when they're on a tag team, they work just extremely well.
Are they some of your favorite wrestlers now on the main roster in this 2018?
For women wise, yes.
Like
for
you would be happy if either one of them had the belt?
Oh, for sure, of course. Yeah, I think a lot of people want to see Sasha from it sounds... No, not Sasha, sorry, Bayley from the looks of it lately.
Personally, I think I would choose Bayley over Sasha if I had to take a favorite wrestler, favorite women's wrestler decision, but I agree. I think they're both fantastic. They both have amazing matches together.
Until my girl Nikki Cross comes over, and then that will change the game.
Yeah. What about you, Donovan?
Yeah, I definitely I think you guys know this. I like Sasha more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love her submission finish too. Maybe that's what it is. I'm big on like the submission finishes. I love that.
I like how she locks it into with kind of a backcracker.
You know what I mean, and how. I don't know. I feel like in the past, now it's a little more. We got Charlotte does the figure eight, and we see a couple more submissions. I think Becky has a submission as well.
Yep.
But
and Charlotte.
It's like. As opposed to women of past, it's different to see a woman use like a submission finisher.
Yeah.
I like
now
her.
It seems more common.
Now it's more common, yeah.
But in the past, I totally agree.
At the time,
yeah.
I think that's what kind of drew me in. She's a good heel. She always feel like throws it all out there too. And I don't know if I like her more because of the way that she's used, and she's been in maybe more. Not to knock Bayley, but she's been in like more high profile matches. The whole feuds with Charlotte's and the woman Hell in the Cell and all that. And like maybe I haven't got to see enough of Bayley in those type of matches.
Oh, for sure. They've definitely dropped the ball with what they've done with Bayley on the main roster. I don't want to get into Sasha's failed title defenses, but she's definitely had a better push.
But I like that. I think they have something with that. I think eventually that will turn into something, hopefully.
Let's hope. Because it doesn't mean much now.
Yeah.
But back to this match. It was awesome. I have so much stuff written down, I don't even know where to start, guys. There was a front flip over the ref to outside the ring.
Yeah.
Kind of before
by Sasha, that was cool.
The hand spots we talked about.
That was really cool.
But yeah, the crowd was going nuts, as per most of the matches tonight. But
yep.
Especially this one. I think they knew as well as us they were witnessing something special in kind of the dawning, as Stephanie put it, the dawning of the women's revolution. And
well, you not notice too about this match as well. It was a crazy match, and it was really good, really, really good until the very end there, where Bayley almost fucked up.
Yeah, again,
and almost did the Brock Lesnar. Oh my goodness.
WrestleMania 19.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wow, I totally forgot.
She kind of went for the Hurricane Rod on the top rope and flipped back and almost, I don't want to say it, but she almost killed herself. She almost broke her neck.
Yeah.
it was
they didn't even show a replay
No.
after that. And
No.
like I don't even blame them
for
either.
good reason. I mean,
That was so crazy. I booked it out the door.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
I ran.
Yeah, you
I
did
was
get
like,
up and
oh
run.
my
You were
goodness.
pretty worried. It was
Sorry, I
not-
just wanted to.
Yeah,
play
no,
that.
no.
Your
Dude,
reaction
I'm
to
happy you brought that up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm happy you brought that up.
Crazy.
That was-
And she felt it too. You know she felt it. She was
Yeah.
sitting there like, okay.
Oh, and you know she got worried. You know she must have had that split second where holy shit, I just made it. You know what I mean?
She landed so awkward.
I
can't get over that. Bailey, I love you. I'm so glad you're fine.
I think the announcers had even said like, yeah, bit of a stinger there.
Oh, damn, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then after that, they kind of had a bit of back and forth sequence, and they made their way to the opposite corner.
Yep.
Got up there. I know Donovan wasn't really sure what the hell they were trying to pull off.
Yeah.
You didn't remember this.
I forgot
To
this
me, this
spot.
is the spot of the match. I know I've seen it probably 5 times.
Yeah.
but this is the one spot of the match I know I wasn't going to forget because of the significance of it. But the reverse Hurricane Rana from Bailey onto Sasha to the ring. Sasha gets up, Bailey to belly. 1, 2, 3. New NXT champion Bailey. What a moment! What a happy moment! What a pro wrestling story. To me, this is why I watch pro wrestling. This is, like you said, a clear babyface and a clear heel. The good triumphing over evil. This was just my ideal pro wrestling match, whether it's men or women. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This is wrestling, and
That's cool to hear, though.
That's
That's why I was telling you earlier. I'm like,
that's
that's
what you
pretty
need.
cool. That's one of your favorite matches in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
That's cool to hear. Seriously.
yeah, no, thanks, man. And
That's really cool.
I stand by it because it's one of the best in, like you guys, not only in the modern era, but it is one of the best to me of all time. But yeah, any other quick stuff before I get into the Four Horsemen segment?
No, like I said, I'm just glad that Bailey's alive because that was fucked. That was the craziest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen. When she jumped off like that,
Hey, you never know what could happen, right?
and when you get to the end of the night and we go over our moments, that's going to be one of my moments of the night because that was crazy.
I had a question. Is the Bailey to belly her only finisher, or does she have does she do something else like an elbow drop or something? No.
I think she might do a shout out Macho Man
But it's
elbow
not a
drop sometime,
finisher.
but it's not a finisher. I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm sure there's some Bailey buddies out there that know more of her finishers than I do, but
The thing is
I
that the
definitely
belly
know.
to belly is like used so much too.
Yeah, this is where I was going with it.
It's
I
not
went-
even
well,
like a finisher. People just
I wanted
use it
to
so much.
add-
Not even
I
so much
wanted to-
guy. Yeah, like guys use it a lot, but I've seen girls use it like all the time. It's like that's her. That's her finisher. I don't know.
I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on this. I get it. Like, the hugger, she goes for the hug, but
That's right. Yeah, because that's her.
Boom.
she kind of does
into
a
it.
turn. That's what I don't know how to express it on here, but to me it works. It's kind of different. It's not like a belly to belly over the top, over the head suplex because that wouldn't work for her character. But I don't know. I'm kind of different in that kind of way with finishers, where if nobody else does it, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
I'm okay with it, and nobody does that move. Personally, I can't think of other people doing the same kind of turning left motion belly to belly that she's doing. But
Because she holds them. Because belly to belly is technically you grab and you throw.
Yeah.
She grabs, turns, and then
lands on them. So
I
it's
guess
different,
so.
and
I
like you
guess
said,
so.
the hugging
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I get that
But
part
I
of
get
it.
your guys.
I
gripe,
personally
too.
just would want to see I don't know. I want to see something more like
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
know if
see
I
it-
like it as a finisher is what I'm saying. Like a
I-
finisher, like it's like to me like if a guy uses a
And by the way, whoever's listening to
Like a
this, if
famous
you
or
know if
something?
Bailey has any
no,
finishers
hey,
than
hey,
just
hey,
belly
hey,
to belly,
no. Hey, well, if we want to get on suspension of disbelief type of thing and famouser, the guy's getting his face planted into the ground. Like that's gonna hurt. I'm not getting up from my face being planted into the ground, right?
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's like a DDT.
So I'm not like I didn't want to, but yeah, like
what were you saying, Younger? Sorry.
I forget now.
I don't hate the move. I just think I don't know. Maybe I want to see something else.
No, oh no, I was saying if anyone's listening to this right now, let me
Yes.
know let us know if there's another finisher that Bailey used to do instead of belly to belly, because I don't really know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
I
I'd
think
like
belly
to know
belly
that
was
too.
the only one.
And I don't think she has a submission, which I'm happy about because
Because
you
the
said,
rest of
too many of these
No,
women
yeah.
all have submission finishes, including Paige when she was there, AJ Lee,
Yeah,
Carmella,
yeah.
like they all have submissions.
Yeah.
Naomi I don't think has one, but Natalya does, and it's too much personally. But like I said, we had the Four Horsewomen.
Yes.
coming out, or well, the three, I guess, two remaining horsewomen, and kind of all celebrating together, totally breaking kayfabe. I don't really care, though. To me, I can kind of get behind it here. I wouldn't want this all the time, but
It was the two other horsewomen again?
Becky and Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Because they kind of all came up together in NXT, that's kind of why they considered themselves the four horsewomen. They had fatal 4-way matches.
I know who it was, but you had to tell.
No. I just was trying to.
People are probably like, okay, well,
it's okay, the other two? Like I said, we're all just shooting shit here. We're not Dave Meltzer. But shout out Dave Meltzer, Wade Keller, and Mike Johnson, but we're not you guys.
I wanted to ask though. The whole breaking kayfabe thing was like okay. I thought because I feel like after this point didn't Sasha have a bit of a turn here?
No, not to my recollection. As far as I know, she joined Team B.A.D.
No, like they were already a thing, but didn't they split shortly after? I know they had a SummerSlam match where they were a team.
I could be wrong.
I don't
want to be quoted saying that they didn't.
Because then I have a problem with it a bit. I kind of wish I get it. But even when they all hugged in the ring, like I thought, and in my head for some reason I thought Sasha was gonna kind of like stare her down for a second, as if maybe she was gonna hit her, and then give her the hug. Like I felt like she could. I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking way too much here.
Yeah, no.
I felt like she could have taken a little more time before giving the.
Yeah, I think they were full on
just in the moment.
Yeah, theater mode kind of where the play's over.
Everyone's taking a bow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As good or bad or people's different opinions on that is in wrestling, I think it was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to see them all together, the four of them.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on that, Younger? The four horsewomen coming together?
Yeah. I think it was pretty cool because they wanted to know, like, this was supposed to be the match where, you know what I mean, like, to represent the women's like revolution, the coming up of women's revolution. So it was nice to get those two down there, get a nice picture too, because it's for the pictures too and the fans too, right? But yeah, it was cool. I liked how they did that. I liked how they just brought them in and they all came together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though Sasha wanted to eye her down, I think she was just too emotional because I think they just knew that she knew. I mean, that her and Bayley just killed it. Like, you know what I mean? The fans were like in love with it, man, just jumping up and down. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it was great that those other two came down. It was cool.
Awesome, yeah. A modern day curtain call, kind of.
Yeah,
it was still fine, like we said, and it fit. I think that was it. Unless you guys had any other quick stuff, like I said, match of the night for me, and match of probably I'll remember this one forever. This one will be, if I'm still watching wrestling, which I plan to be in 20 years from now, 30 years from now. This will be a match that I'm talking about to people, saying, "Go back, watch that." You know what I mean? That match from 2015 at TakeOver. It's definitely something worth watching.
Yeah, you want to see some women's wrestling? Yeah, watch that.
Absolutely. Cool, we'll go into the next match. Before that, we had Seth Rollins sitting ringside. Kind of cool, kind of different.
Yeah.
This was prior...
I hated that shirt that he was wearing, by the way. It was something against John Cena at the time.
I think it was like something Never Shut Up or something like that.
Yeah, fuck.
Was it against John Cena?
Not a fit. Yeah.
I forget what shirt he was wearing.
This is the SummerSlam where he fought Cena.
Where he wore the white Power Rangers uniform.
That was a cool costume, or ring attire. Sorry,
white Power Rangers uniform.
I like that one. I like the ring attire, but
I was White Ranger at this one. I remember.
I wasn't a fan of that shirt.
I like Seth. The clap out from Younger over here.
The mimic of Cena shirt. I get it.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
he was feuding
Power Rangers uniform.
Yeah, how could you, man, with Jon Stewart or whatever his name?
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Maybe we'll look back at that SummerSlam. Maybe we won't.
Yeah,
you never know. Younger still died.
I could do without it. I could do without it.
But yeah, we'll go into the match that took place after this. Was the main event of the evening. NXT title, Kevin Owens versus Finn
Balor. Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
I was gonna say, what was the first
one?
That
was my best.
True. I was gonna say, what's really that close? But I'm just joking.
Definitely a good match, guys. Kind of hard to follow.
It was underrated.
Yeah, hard to follow. It was
a good one.
It was good. I have something written down that's probably controversial.
I love it.
I say this a lot, but this, I think, so far from what I've seen in my wrestling days and what we've looked back at, this was probably the best promo build-up video I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I really liked it. I
Really?
can't even give you specifics, but I just know when I was watching this, that was the first thing I wrote down.
Well, did Kevin come over at this time?
He was new. They showed him coming because he came over after Sami Zayn won the title. And then he immediately feuded Sami Zayn for the title.
Okay.
Won the title, lost the title to Balor. And then this was kind of him and Balor. And like I said, I don't have specifics of it. It was more just gut reaction. That's kind of what I like to get on this podcast too, is I was like, this is awesome. This promo build-up was amazing. So go back, look back, however you want to say it. Watch this match. Watch the Bayley-Sasha match if you're going back to the pay-per-view. But watch this promo video because it was awesome. And Kevin Owens was intense in the video as well as the beginning of the match. Do you guys think this was hard to follow, the women? Or what were your thoughts? Like, you know...
Yeah, a little bit, because they just had like a crazy match, I guess, that people have never really seen with women before. Not to give the shout out to Lita or Trish Stratus or anything, but because they killed it too. But
absolutely,
I just think, like, I don't know, like the way that I know we're going by an order, but we should have done that one last because that got way more attention, I think, in my eyes than the main event. I understand the main event was a ladder match, and I understand that, but and it was for the belt. It's not like it wasn't for the belt, but I just think the build up more of the woman and like.
Yeah,
I think
I think it's cool that we do go in order because we can have these conversations that we're having now.
That's right, yeah.
About where we should have talked about it or what match should have went later.
For sure.
I mean, I don't think they could have anticipated the match that Sasha and Bayley were going to put together, especially with Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. I don't even think I mentioned it, but this was a ladder match. So it was a big match in itself on paper.
But that's what I was saying. Yeah, it was a ladder match, I think.
Yeah. Sorry. But cool. I know Donovan's jumping at the bit here.
No. I respectfully disagree because to me, this match is underrated because of the women's match. Amazing match.
Okay,
hard to follow. Maybe
I do agree with that.
But it would have been. But I think I look at them as two different matches entirely. You know what I mean? Because the women's match, we didn't get all the bells and whistles. This is a ladder match, and it's completely different. So I always viewed it that way when I went.
It just got shadowed.
And that's why I call this match very underrated because like it was an amazing match.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I think it's just hard to look back because you watch that awesome women's and then. No, I totally agree.
So that's why even in watching
if
it now,
you watched it on its own, I think it stands out a lot more than it does if you watch it the whole pay-per-view.
Yeah, I was able to take myself out of that position though and look at it as something just completely different. That's how I was trying to.
Yeah. Well, the promo video definitely helped me do that.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not one of those things too where you forget like, oh yeah, I forgot about what the main event was. It's not so much that. I just think it should have been the other way around.
For you especially because you didn't know what the first match we didn't want to tell you because we knew we'd get a good reaction.
Well, I even said it. I said, "Oh, this is the final match of the night," and then you're like, "No, this is the main event." I thought this was the main event.
Yeah.
What?
So
what?
Yeah, even you, there you go. First time watching it,
first time watching it, yeah. But like, I still knew, like, even through the match, there was still another one coming.
Yes.
Not in the beginning, though. I swear to God.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I actually thought that was it. This is it right here. Yeah. So
until we had told you.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, like I said, it's cool to get your perspective on the look back. Not only ours and mine and Donovan's, we all have different perspectives, and Mike, but it's cool to get the first reaction look back. I always find that awesome. But yeah, the match, like Donovan said, was a really good match. Definitely underrated. Kevin sitting beside the ring during Finn Balor's entrance, which shout out to Finn Balor's entrance. Holy shit!
Yeah, those.
Excuse me.
I don't think he's done an entrance like his entrances are always good on Raw, even without the demon character, and some of the ones he's done in NXT with the chainsaw demon character and
my favorite.
Which was NXT TakeOver Texas. And the other one he did at the TakeOver London, kind of the play on Jack the Ripper.
Oh, that was cool.
Super good, but super cool, whatever. But this one, awesome. I think the beat and the other guys showing up. I know you guys were kind of fooled, thinking, "Is that him? Is that him there?"
Yeah. For a second,
and the beat with the heartbeat of the red smoke and everything. It was just a really good entrance, and having Kevin Owens sitting in the corner by the announce desk kind of added to it.
It's like, are you done yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's the exact thought I had seeing him there, and that's, I think, kind of what he was trying to give off. We saw Mr. Green Shirt, Mr. Smiley Face Green Shirt, who's at every WWE
Yeah,
event.
go home, bud. Seriously, go home.
Hey, whatever.
Seriously.
If that's how he wants to spend his money, to each his own.
Yeah, you know what? And I can't even
But
say go
he
home.
didn't
That's
look
a
too-
true fan right there.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
didn't
mean?
look too impressed with Kevin Owens or with Finn Balor. He was definitely more of a Kevin Owens fan. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Well, I know you pointed.
I don't want to
out-
give him too much attention, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that's definitely why I wrote it down. But the match had a fast start, back and forth. It was really good. There was the paint on Balor. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I kind of wanted to get your reactions on the show. I didn't bring it up during the podcast, but did you notice the detail in the paint work on Balor's back?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
It was a little more than normal, or other times I've seen it was, I don't know, it was really good. Definitely something to bring up.
And you brought up too the cut on the legs that they did too.
yeah,
as
make
well.
it look
That was
like he had
cool.
little slices.
Yeah, I like that. That was cool.
I thought that was really good. We had Owens going and getting the ladder first, kind of in the ramp way. Balor kind of beating him up a little bit.
Yeah, he ended up taking over.
Taking it over, yeah. And then Owens kind of pinned him up against the ring with the ladder.
I love this spot. This
Yeah,
is one of my favorites.
Go into it. Let the listeners know kind of what Kevin Owens
Yeah,
set
so
up
he
there.
he had Balor pinned up against the apron with the ladder, holding him in place right at his chest area. Looked as if he was gonna run up the ladder or do maybe a somersault, that roll that he does in the corner, something like that. He runs up, stops, and just slaps Balor in the face. I know even younger you thought, I was like, look at this. I think you probably thought he was gonna do some
What
kind of
was
flip.
this? Sorry, I'm actually so confused.
When he had the ladder
At near
pressed.
the beginning of the match.
Oh
Right
yeah,
in the rampway.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna do the running
Yeah.
cannonball.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and then he came up and then just stopped and then
Slapped
out of
him
the
just
way.
slapped him, and everyone loved it too. That was fantastic. Yeah,
Well, it was kind of like loved it in a way that they're like, "Fuck you! We want to see this cool move that we know you can do." But
that's right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that's right.
know what you're saying. It was
kind of reminds me of like the Neville entrance. Remember, he used to run up on the ropes, put the
Yes.
two fingers in the sky, then he
And then
came
stopped doing it.
Yeah, when he did the heel, he just came and ran and then just stopped. Everyone's like, are you kidding me? But
Exactly.
people still loved it though. You know what I
It's-
mean?
yeah,
I know
they
that's
loved
kind of different because it wasn't a move. But
no, but it's
Yeah.
it's a
Still,
great example
yeah.
because it's exactly what I was talking about.
sorry about that.
No,
Yeah.
it's, like I said, it was great. It was
Just
great.
bringing up entrances and stuff.
Then on the other side of the ring, there was another spot I wanted to bring up. Owens holding the ladder, and Balor runs on top of the announce table and kind of drop kicks the ladder into Owens.
Yeah.
Looked like he hit him in the throat.
Yeah, into
Like
the
when he
side of the
kicked
ring.
when he kicked the
It
ladder.
was cool, like you
from
said,
the
Donovan.
angle.
I think this match was a little underrated. It
Yeah,
had
dude.
some-
My thoughts of the sorry, I'm
No, dude.
I don't
that's-
think we said it was underrated. We were just saying it was
No,
underrated.
We kind of
because-
think more of a
I-
general, not necessarily us here at the
Yeah.
Look Back, but
Yeah.
in a general sense, this isn't a match that you hear
no, I think it's underrated.
talk,
That's
people
my
talk about.
opinion
a
on
lot.
it. Yeah.
But sorry, you had
No, when at the end of the match they were showing clips of all the it was like a fucking highlight reel. Like that's what I wanted to point out was when they did the replays, they were showing all the shit that these guys
Like
did.
a
And
YouTube
I was like, holy
PWG
fuck,
clip.
yeah, it was insane. But that drop kick, the ladder almost landed on Balor too. The way he fell afterwards, it was
there was
awkward
so many good spots. They did a really good job of using the ladder.
as a weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and telling a story with it around the ladder, even inside the ring. We'll go into it now. Like when Owens had the ladder kind of pinched in between the ropes, you had one ladder set up in the middle-ish of the ring and another ladder in between the second rope in the corner attached to the ladder.
Yeah,
Owens kind of climbs up to get the belt. Balor gets up there, fighting away, punches Owens, and he hits the ladder down.
Yeah, he
the
bounces
one,
head off
that's
the
set
ladder.
up horizontally and
Yeah.
bounces off of it.
that was insane.
He grabbed his head and bounced off the ladder, and then he fell backwards, and I don't even know how the thing didn't even snap in half.
I forgot there
which
was a ladder
insane.
there at that point.
Really?
Yeah, because the
Those are
camera
the
angle,
best.
the camera angle was all up top, and I
that
forgot.
didn't happen for me this time, but when that type of stuff happens,
that's
like
why
the
I popped.
Jericho Omega recently this year at Wrestle Kingdom with the
That's
table.
Yeah,
Well, even
Stuff like that.
one of the previous lookbacks we did at Armageddon when Jeff Hardy did the Swanton, and I
Exactly.
didn't even
Yeah.
know he was still
Yeah.
up there. type
that's
thing.
what
I was
happened
like,
for
whoa, I
me
was
in
like,
this
what the
match.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's good.
Especially the way that
I'm
Owens,
jealous. I wish I could have had that experience.
No,
Yeah,
the way
'cause
that he fell too. Like I
Yeah.
thought this guy's landing flat just on the ring, and then
Are you surprised the ladder
crashed
didn't
and
break?
burned. Oh yeah, I am.
Like I understand how it was faced, but
Yeah, Kevin is a
Kevin's
big boy.
a big boy.
Yeah.
You guys think
He's a big
you guys
boy,
think he's
man.
too big? I had that written down. I personally think it's fine.
Well, it's not-
If he
it's not
wrestled slower and fatter, I'd say. I don't know. He doesn't wrestle like that.
That's
his,
right,
His
yeah.
weight and his size to me doesn't.
Well,
even
he's
fucking
flipping all over
matter.
the place and stuff.
He
too.
moves
Yeah.
more than other smaller guys.
A lot of bigger guys are like that now. Like shout out to
Braun.
Yeah, him, but another one that's a New Japan / ROH is Beer City Bruiser. This guy is huge, man.
And
he's
he can
huge,
move.
and he's flipping off the.
You'll have
off
to
the
show
ring.
me some of his
Oh my
stuff.
goodness, yeah, and he's a beauty. Always brings out a tall boy to
There
the
you
to
go.
the
Nothing
ring.
wrong with that.
Not trying to get off topic here, but
No,
yeah,
no,
but the
that's
big
good.
boys
It's
can
not
move
off
now.
topic.
So yeah.
For sure. Like I said, lots of crazy ladder spots the entire match.
What about the power bomb that he gave Balor? He just
Yeah.
spiked him right into the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, going back to that point too, back to the thing. Kevin didn't even. Not just landed on the ladder. He bounced off the ladder.
yeah,
He
and then landed
bounced,
on the
literally
ring.
bounced off the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And like usually they're always holding their back or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, he
trying
was
to
holding
sell
his
it.
head.
He was selling.
He was
His
yeah,
head.
He was
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, I think he was thinking to himself, "Oh my fuck!" So, but yeah, sorry,
But
moving on.
the power bomb you mentioned, Donovan, is that I can't remember now because of all the spots that were in the match. Was that before what I was talking about, or was it after?
Yeah, it was before.
It was
I just
before.
wanted to bring it up because it was
Yeah,
awesome.
no, Owens was kind of up on, Owens was down on the ring. Balor was up on the top of the ladder, and he kind of caught him and gave him a pop up power.
Yeah,
bomb,
he started
jumping,
he tugged
pulled
at
him
his
down.
one leg and then
Very good.
amazing,
Caught him and
yeah.
just slammed him. Yeah,
Yeah, the crowd was super into this. I thought, and it was as they should be
speaking of the crowd, we don't need to hear chants of "We want tables."
in a ladder match. That
Yeah,
was something I
like-
brought up while we were watching it. Like.
Yeah, I remember that. Sorry, I should
Yeah.
have
No, I'm
give you the
happy you
shout out
brought
for
it up,
that.
'cause
Should
I
give you
didn't-
the shout out.
Because I didn't write it down, but yeah, we don't need to hear "We Want Tables" in this amazing ladder match.
yeah, I don't want to go too off topic, but I have a problem with like a lot of the chants that happen nowadays. Though I just think it's stupid and
Oh,
fans
the "You
just
Deserve It." and-
everything. Yeah, the fan. This is awesome.
This is
awesome 5 minutes into a Monday Night Raw match, and I just think it's unnecessary. And like a prime example, guys, is
defeats
like
the purpose of it.
yeah, like look at some of the other stuff we've looked back on. Like I don't know, that Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That chant, like you get it should be
Yeah.
given when it's
When it's
deserved,
needed.
when it's needed.
Yeah,
You
when
know
it's
what I mean?
needed.
And I'm not a wrestler, but if I'm looking at it from a wrestler's perspective,
Yeah,
to me that chant means a lot more when I hear it 4 times a year.
yeah.
Because then it's like, oh fuck,
I
did something awesome.
hate when the
Not
chants
like,
are,
oh, I'm doing my job, and that's awesome. Which, yeah, WWE's awesome, and your job is awesome, but we shouldn't be chanting. This is like you said. It shouldn't.
there's so
happen 5
many. The
minutes
fans
into
just
Monday
want to
Night
get
Raw.
their stuff in. I feel like they just want to
Mhm.
get their stuff
Yeah,
in.
even at the Elimination Chamber that we just watched the other day from 2018 here, what's it called? Matt and Bray had a match and they were yelling. What's it called? What were they yelling again?
The crowd was
They were
chanting.
yelling Rusev Day.
Yeah, the
they were
crowd
like
was
Rusev
not
Day,
into
and
that
it's just
match.
like you're just trying to get your voice out there. You fucking retard, whoever.
Yeah.
I keep saying retard, idiot, but yeah.
I'd hate to. I'm not trying to compare too much
hate it, man.
now, this era to like yesteryear or whatever, but it's just like, man, looking back on that stuff, you know, guys put in 25 minutes of work on a solid wrestling match, and then we get that chant. Then I want to hear that chant, not 5 minutes into guys having a stalemate on Raw. You know what I mean?
I couldn't agree more, man.
Just a bunch of sheep.
On a more positive note, I know Younger brought this up, and I thought it was really cool. Obviously, enough to write it down, but the spotlight on the belt in the
Oh, when
yeah.
it was hanging, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah,
That was
same
really
here.
cool.
Like I said, just nothing major, but cool and positive. I know we try and be as positive as we can.
Especially what they do with NXT because
On
they
the
dim the
LookBack.
lights in the background.
Yeah.
And it's,
Oh, that's
everything's
my
over the
favorite
ring.
thing about NXT.
Yeah.
I have a picture actually just up behind you on the wall there
Yeah.
of NXT TakeOver Toronto that we attended, like I said, in 2016. And yeah, the way they dim the lights and the lights are on the ring. The way I've always heard, other wrestling journalists talk about it is we're here to see the wrestlers, not the crowd. So why on Raw and SmackDown do we get lights all over the crowd? And I guess it's because the WWE Universe is a part of the show, but I like how in NXT they treat the crowd as if, you're the crowd and the lights are on the stars. We're here to see the stars, and that's why we light up the ring and we don't light it anything else.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally
Lighting
agree.
up the belt is even more significant because that's why the wrestlers are here, and we're here to see the wrestlers, and the wrestlers are here
Yeah.
to win titles. So I really enjoyed that. Like you said, awesome power bomb there, top of the ladder. Pretty much after the finish, or not the finish, the spot that I said where Owens fell off the ladder from the top, they kind of climbed back up together. I think Owens got pushed off, and then
Yeah, was he pushed off, or was this when Balor? There was one time when Balor gave him a solid kick to the head, and I was just like, holy shit.
was it on the top of the ladder?
No, well, it might have been after this spot. It might have been right here.
Yeah.
It was Balor was up top, and Owens was trying to get back up there.
And he kicks him,
just gave him a solid kick to the head.
And then he climbs back
fucking
up.
Loved it.
You kind of think he's going to grab the belt, and then no, he climbs one more step. I know you kept yelling, Younger, climb one more step.
Yeah, I'm like, it's right there. And then he did climb one more step, but then
he hit the coup de grace.
That's right, yeah.
Which was cool.
And that's what ended it pretty much right there.
Exactly, he did that, and then he climbed up.
By the way, Finn was the one that gave the powerbomb to Kevin, wasn't it not?
No.
Kevin was the one that was on the ladder, and he jumped off.
No, it was Kevin just because it was Kevin's finisher.
That's right. No, I remember that.
Bomb or whatever.
Actually, that wouldn't really make too.
No. Trust me.
I don't think you can catch Kevin in midair.
When you go back and listen, you'll hear me.
It happens.
I confused it as well, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, I don't think Finn can catch him in midair too. By the way.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
A powerbomb.
Coup de grace for the win. Finn Balor climbs up top the ladder, grabs the belt.
Yeah.
Stays champ.
That's right.
Still NXT champ. Like we said, underrated. Maybe not underrated, but under spotlighted in now looking back at it compared to the women's match that's talked about all the time, as it should be. I'm a little biased, but definitely a really good match, and something that you guys, anybody listening, should look back at, preferably before you listen to this show, but if not, go back and watch it after listening to our show. Any good stuff from you guys? I thought the match was pretty good. You guys good or bad on Finn winning? Would you rather Kevin win? Was there stuff that you would have done differently?
Not at all. I just wanted to see a good match, and I did. That was a great match. I witnessed a nice match. It was nice looking over with you guys on this pay-per-view. We start, like I said before, we need to start looking at DCW a little bit more, and NXT especially. NXT's cool, man, especially from this era, because I'm not used to this, so that's awesome.
For sure, it was cool to look back at our first NXT takeover.
That's right.
Anything from that match there, Donovan? The final, I know you gave quite a few points on how you thought it was pretty significant, but closing stages.
I loved it. I enjoyed the match. There was I was gonna say earlier about that kick that Balor delivered to Owens, the intensity on it, and like, not to go too far off topic here, but this is why, like, and for me right now, Finn Balor's my favorite wrestler. Like, he's the guy if I'm watching Monday Night Raw, I'm excited to see Finn Balor. If I'm going to an event, I'm excited to see, like, he's my favorite wrestler currently, and it's because of the fucking intensity that this guy brings and the fire.
Yeah,
like going back to that Elimination Chamber of 2018.
I was just about to bring that up. The Elimination Chamber 2018.
The fire this guy.
Like, I felt like he should have been dressed as a demon in that match.
Yeah, honestly. And that's my only little gripe with him, is I want to see maybe more of an intense side when he is the demon. Like a bit of a change in a moveset almost, For sure. Have him turn it up an extra notch.
Yeah, I think he's got more, and I think I've said it before that he could be the face of the company. No gyps to Roman, but I'm sorry, Balor's a better face and could do more, and will have better matches. Maybe Roman as a heel against Balor, but...
Or like I don't know. I've had this conversation with you like outside of the look back, but like there can be many top guys.
Why does there gotta be one?
Just about to
there
say
can be
that.
many. Like we had Jericho, Rock, Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, fucking a ton of guys.
But even today's era now, there's a lot of guys that could still do a lot.
That's
for
what I
this
mean.
show.
We have a Braun Strowman.
And I can't chirp Roman. Roman can do it. He can.
Yeah,
as long as they just use him properly and use segments properly.
Yeah, I don't want him to be gone. I just think his role is too focused on him.
Way too focused.
Yeah, like I have no problem with Roman, but I just think there's a room for other guys, not just him, to be the one and only at the top.
What is this, 4 straight Mania that he's going to the main event?
We'll see.
I think.
It is. If he closes the show, then yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Other than that, we'll go into the normal stuff we head into at the end of the Pro Wrestling LookBack. I appreciate you guys joining me for this show, but I wanted to get, as we always do, our standout moments. The standout moments from the show. Something, I say it every show, something 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 1 week. What's going to stand out from this show to you? Give me 1, give me 2 moments each. What's going to stand out?
I already said it earlier. I think the Bayley situation where she fucked up that one move.
Yeah.
That's going to stand out that much,
Was it Hurricanrana?
It was. She was attempting a Hurricanrana.
Yeah, and almost landed on her head. But it's not even just that. But the other moment is definitely the women's match, for sure.
The match itself.
It's just to see where they are now and where I didn't see from 3 years ago. I can't believe it was only 3 years ago, and I didn't even see it. But from now, and exactly what you're saying, just have to look back into the
prior
future,
to having
prior
these
to
first
that.
ever women's matches.
Exactly.
Right? Prior to the first ever Royal Rumble.
Yeah, thank you.
Prior
Sorry,
to
I
the
didn't know how to
first
say
ever
that, but thank you.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
types of first ever matches that we've had in the last 2-3 years.
Yep, that's my my
sure.
two. My two is probably the women's match and the way that Bayley landed.
Yeah, and more I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure the way you're talking about in Bayley landing is more to do with the fact of what could have happened and the success that she's had since then.
Oh yeah.
So we're happy that, I mean, we're not happy she landed bad, but we're happy she landed safer enough to continue on wrestling. But and
I got one more. Sorry, I got
one
more.
No, we know Younger's strong for the three moments of the show.
Liger as well.
Oh, yeah.
That
Seeing
was awesome.
him for you was a great surprise, not
knowing
knowing he was even on the show. Right?
That was
to open the show with that match.
Yeah, that was cool. I shit my pants. I was not literally, obviously, but that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was cool. What about you, Donovan?
I enjoyed Blake and Murphy, I want to say. No, totally. I'm throwing you for a fucking loop there. That was probably my least favorite moment. Anyway. No.
They're good too, which is unfortunate for you, I guess, because you didn't really enjoy it. Which is whatever. It's all opinion based here, right? So.
I'm gonna go left with like I always try to say something a little. The women's match was fucking amazing, and obviously the way
a given for sure.
That's not me going left. I want to give it its props too, The Balor Owens match to me, just like the fact
the match itself or anything in the match, like the pop-up powerbomb, was it or just the fact that this match isn't something that's looked back as much.
Yeah, the under not, I don't want to say underappreciation of it, but
you can say it. I mean, like I said, we're just opinions here, and I would agree with that statement that it has been underappreciated.
Like I feel like people talk about their Beast in the East match. It's I feel like it's been talked about a little. Like this match was really fucking good.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was like a highlight reel at the end, man. There was maybe I want to say 7 to 10 different things they showed on the replay screen, which we don't even always get.
Yeah,
that really stood out to me.
It did feel like kind of like a video game.
It was long
when they showed all the different spots that happened.
Yeah,
I agree. Good moment from both of you guys. Moments from Younger, but
the usual.
Yeah, I think for me, I have 3 written down, but there's one that.
You even have 3 written down. Yeah. Okay, all right, okay.
I'm gonna stick with one of them. Maybe I'll mention the other ones, but the one that stands out for me, hands and feet over everything else, is the 4 horsemen segment, or 4 horsewomen, I should say, segment. This is something that I don't know if I should even say it on here, but this got me teary-eyed when I watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
Seeing these 4 women break character like that and just be so happy for what they had accomplished and the time that they spent earning up to this moment,
what
that they finally exactly what they're doing for the company. Thank you,
no problem,
Younger.
No problem.
Just as a whole, the 4 of them being together and it being those 4, and I know there's other women that were down there that could have been, included in the 4 horsemen women discussion, but anytime I think of this pay-per-view or I think of this match and I close my eyes and think of Brooklyn 1, I picture those 4 women standing in the ring together with Bayley holding the title and Sasha and Bayley being beaten and bruised and sweaty and tired, and just the emotion and the happiness on both of their faces is something that I'll always remember and is definitely, without a doubt, my standout moment of this show. The other small things were just small. It was the Bayley promo video, and I thought the opener, not only just Liger being in the match with Tyler Breeze, but the decision for this to open the show, which is, I know, something we always talk about on the Pro Wrestling LookBack. We're big on openers, and I thought that was a really good opener. But obviously the 4 horsewomen segment was my standout moment, and yeah, I thought it was a really good show. As with most of them, I don't think we're going to look back at very many shows. Maybe here and there we might look back at kind of a dud show just to get our opinion of a show that wasn't the best. But as per most of the shows, I thought it was really good, and I really enjoyed looking back at it with you guys. As always, check us out on Twitter at PWLookBack, Instagram at PWLookBack, Facebook, we're on there now too, Pro Wrestling LookBack, YouTube, Pro Wrestling LookBack, the website, ProWrestlingLookBack.wordpress.com. Check me out on Twitter. I'm at Salsa, SCELSA. Donovan's going to shout out his Twitter and Younger.
Yes. My Twitter is at New School Money, and I'll spell it for you just because I got to. NEWSKOOLMONEY. And I just want to tell everybody to check out my tweets because I will tell you how the Black Panther was a crappy movie.
A little non-pro wrestling topic there for the end of the show, listeners.
Yeah, and mine is at ZJVY93. Also, go to at PWLookBack and go look at our poll too as well to check which one do you guys want us to look back for WrestleMania. It was nice doing this with you fellas.
Thanks, guys. I enjoyed this one, like I said, and it was really good. Definitely check us out on all the social media platforms and stuff. And the only thing we have left to do is, you know what time it is, guys.
Time to play the game!
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little Lemmy shout out, Motorhead. Time to play the game. Little game segment we do at the end of the show for any of the listeners still taking a listen to the Pro Wrestling LookBack. Just kind of a guess a pay-per-view format. I give these guys 5 matches from a random pay-per-view. They ask me 5 yes or no questions to try and figure out what that pay-per-view is. Yeah, we'll start it off. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Even though I'm not ready half the time, but I'm ready.
We're good.
Hey, man, you've saved it the last 2 lookbacks.
I know.
We're undefeated right now. The streak is going to live on tonight.
We'll see what you guys can do. The time to play the game segment tonight. First match, Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase.
Oh, my boy.
Daniel Bryan is the U.S. champion at the time. Ted DiBiase is with Maurice.
We can get
You guys
this.
can sit on that one for a second there, and then ask me a yes or no question.
Oh, we can get this. We gotta get this here. Daniel Bryan he's the U.S. champion, you said, correct. Am I allowed to yeah, he is the U.S. champion. Ted DiBiase with Maurice. Maurice in his corner. That is around the time period of, I want to say 2010.
I was going to say
I'm
2010.
guessing, you know what I mean? If I remember correctly.
Well, ask
Let's
that.
ask that question, I feel, yeah?
Does this pay-per-view take place in
Yep.
2010? Is that your
Yep.
question?
Yeah.
Yes, this pay-per-view takes place in 2010. So
All
far,
right.
so good, guys. Good first question. The second match, Dolph Ziggler is the IC champ with Vicky Guerrero versus Caval, a wrestler that I do not even know who that is. I wrote that down
Caval.
while
Well, I'm fucked here.
making that one down. Like
don't
I
even
said,
know
you
what
guys can
Caval
ask
is.
another question. The question doesn't
Yeah,
have
can
to
you
be...
ask another question, please?
Well, you guys have a yes or no question, but it doesn't have to be involved with that match. I mean, anything to help you figure out what pay-per-view it might be. You know it's in 2010. You know it had Daniel Bryan U.S. title versus Ted DiBiase and Dolph Ziggler versus Caval for the Intercontinental belt.
Well, I don't think that we should ask anything to do with it being before or after WrestleMania because I feel like this is not really a one-off, but it's something that might have, they changed throughout the years, the pay-per-views, like we get.
Well, that's you on that then, because I was about to ask that.
Yeah?
Because I'm not really familiar. I am and I'm not. Like, I obviously, I remember Dolph and Vicky and stuff, and with Ted and Maurice.
Yeah.
Just so bad with pay-per-views. Fuck.
Well, we know it's in 2010, so that's good. But Caval, who's Caval? I can't even put a face.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, you go for it.
Yes or no question coming
Yes or
from
no
Younger.
question. Is this pay-per-view one of the pay-per-views that they do not use anymore? The name. Name-wise, at
I like
least.
this one.
I feel like you kind of fucked yourself with this question, and that's a clue.
Is it? Okay,
No.
then don't say it.
No, they don't.
They
But-
don't use it anymore?
No.
But that's wide.
Technically, no, is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You're a bastard. Okay.
Actually, my bad to the listeners. That's a straight no. I was thinking of a different pay-per-view.
Okay.
That's
Oh, okay,
That's
so it is a straight
that's
no?
a straight no.
Okay.
Alright.
I was thinking that I had something else written down here.
Okay.
That's a straight no, as in they do
Okay.
still use it.
Next
Oh,
one.
they do still use it.
Yeah.
Next
Okay.
one.
Okay, so
That was our second, so yeah,
Yeah.
we're on a third.
so far, Daniel Bryan, Ted DiBiase, U.S. belt, Dolph Ziggler versus Caval, Intercontinental belt,
Okay.
took place in 2010, and they do still use this pay-per-view name.
Okay.
The next match, Natalya versus Lay Cool as the
Holy
champion.
shit.
This is the Divas title, Lay Cool
Is this
being
Michelle McCool and
obviously
together?
Michelle
Yeah.
McCool and Layla
Fucked.
as a group.
I'm losing hope right now for the streak.
Another yes or no question coming from you guys. Sorry about the hiccup
Boy,
and
I'm
the
gonna say
mistake.
this. Did this take place before Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble or WrestleMania?
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. this pay-per-view did take place before Royal Rumble. Classifying, again, any new listeners, I don't know if people had listened to previous Time to Play the Game segments. We do classifying Royal Rumble and WrestleMania kind of... SummerSlam is the cutoff. So if the pay-per-view takes place after SummerSlam and before Rumble, then that would be before Rumble. After would obviously be after Rumble. Same with Mania. If it's before or after SummerSlam, kind of defines whether it's before or after Mania.
Okay.
So,
okay, that was our third question.
Right now,
you got to get into the next question.
I'm kind of lost. Yeah.
Well, I just did our third one, so we got two more. So next match.
All right, the next match, we had Rey Mysterio with Kofi Kingston, MVP, Big Show, and Chris Masters.
Fuck me.
That's Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, MVP, Big Show, and Chris Masters versus Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, and Tyler Rex.
Tyler Rex. Shout out to Tyler Rex.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
If you needed me to go through the name of the match,
Can you give me the first set of guys again?
Yeah, Mysterio, Kofi, MVP, Big Show, and Chris Masters versus Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, McIntyre, Swagger, and Rex.
Maybe. Okay, I got a question.
Yeah, yes or no question.
Yeah, is this an elimination tag match?
This is an elimination tag match.
Okay.
All right. The
last one.
Next match.
No.
Last question. That was 4.
Last match, yeah.
This is the last match?
I got to be honest, I gave you guys a bonus match here just in case.
Well, it's not just that. This is our last question.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It's not even just the last match. This is our last question.
Wait.
We only have 5 questions. 5 questions with...
5 questions and then a pay-per-view guess.
Exactly.
So you have one more question and then we have to guess.
Yeah, we have to take a guess.
So your next match is the WWE Championship match.
Okay, this is what we need.
Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett with John Cena as a special guest referee. I have one more yes or no question, and then I'll run through and give you everything, all the information you guys do know.
Did this pay-per-view... Can I say it or no?
Wait, sorry, can you just repeat that last
I was going to ask
one
an
more
easy.
time?
I was going to ask an easy
question. The last match, or do you want me to give you everything?
No, the last match.
This is all you, actually. I've answered the first 3, so it's all you. Or questioned the first 3.
WWE Championship match.
Yeah.
Randy Orton as the champion versus Wade Barrett with Cena as the guest referee. You got one more question. Let me know when you want me to give you all your information that you have so far before you make your guess.
What were you thinking right now?
Mine was going to be really... Well, I can't say it, but mine was going to be really easy.
What, the question?
Yeah, I was just going to say what month it took in. What month it was.
You
know what I mean? Too easy. So, but if you have something else, then it's all you, this one.
Well, earlier you asked about if it was after Royal Rumble. Did you say after or before?
It's before, and it was.
It is before the Royal Rumble?
Before Royal Rumble, yeah.
If you asked... Well, you were going to ask the month?
Because
did you have something specific in mind? This is something they still use.
Yeah. Like, I know what month it is because they usually do it in the same month.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
But I'm just trying to think. I remember this time period. John Cena was in Wade's corner. The whole Nexus.
This is when I started getting back into wrestling.
Yeah, me too. The whole Nexus thing. Obviously.
You guys want me to run through what you do have? Everything?
No, I remember. I remember what you said. But you give it to the listeners, though, for sure.
Okay, so we had the U.S. title, Daniel Bryan versus Ted DiBiase with Maurice. Intercontinental title, Dolph Ziggler versus Caval. Natalya versus Lay Cool as the champions. Mysterio, Kofi, MVP, Big Show, and Chris Masters versus Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, and Tyler Rex. John Cena versus Randy Orton as champion versus Wade Barrett with John Cena as a referee. You know it took place in 2010. You know it took place before the Royal Rumble. You know that the match with Mysterio is an elimination match. I'm forgetting one question that you guys asked. Help me out on your own. There's something else you guys asked me.
Say pay-per-view name.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
the pay-per-view name still is used to this day. So, yes.
It's all you.
Yeah.
Say the last question, and then we'll guess the pay-per-view.
The only other thing I would think to ask is what you were thinking, maybe the month. Like,
no, can I say it?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay,
I think I'm gonna guess.
If it's before Royal Rumble, did it take place after SummerSlam?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But how do you want to do that? Because I did mention that SummerSlam was kind of the cutoff. So like, if it took place before SummerSlam, Would you guys rather me consider that taking place after Royal Rumble? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Royal Rumble's in January.
Do you know what I mean?
The Royal Rumble would have been, because he said 2010 and I said Royal Rumble.
Either way, yes.
That would have been 2011. So it would have been before that.
Like,
so I'm talking about
I'm just trying to
SummerSlam.
save you a question. Because either way, yes, it would take place after SummerSlam. I just
Yeah.
didn't know what our cutoff is for Rumble, because normally we ask if it took place before or after WrestleMania.
Well, we know it's in 2010, right?
Yeah.
So
So it could be any time in 2010. Anytime. Because I said before Royal Rumble, which would be 2011, because it's in January.
I have 2 pay-per-views in my mind.
Okay,
So,
but we have to
I
ask.
don't know.
That was my final question.
you got to
anyways.
give me one, and you already know the year, so you don't have to guess the year.
Well, that's right.
You got to give me a pay-per-view name with the year that you already know.
Oh, are we done? Question's
What-
already done? Because I was about to answer.
Yeah, you have a question, and then you got to give me what pay-per-view
Yeah, I know.
it is.
The question was, is it after SummerSlam?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, so it's after SummerSlam, before Royal Rumble. So anytime between August and January, anytime in between that.
We're kind of stuck because
And I know a few pay-per-views at the time there. And I think I remember this. I think I do remember this. I think I do.
Okay, wait.
All right.
Wait.
I think I do.
Wait.
I think I do.
Can
Okay.
he tell me what he's thinking before? Can we?
Well, you
can we
guys can
kinda-
talk,
Yeah.
but you got to tell me when you're
What do you-
locking in your answer as we do.
What are
here
you
on the
thinking it is?
Time to
What's
play
coming
the
to
game.
your mind? And I'll tell you what's coming to mind because I think there's 2, and we could get fucked on it so easily because of one match.
Survivor Series.
Okay. Is that your only? Yeah.
No.
Guess. Because
What?
look, here's
Yeah.
the thing. I don't want to throw you off, but I don't want to fucking throw myself off either. The pay-per-view still exists. I thought Survivor Series as well because of the 5-on-5 elimination match, right? Obvious, right?
Yes.
That it could be a Survivor Series. But it could be like something fucking random too. Like Hell in a Cell, you know what I mean?
Elimination Chamber was on at that
It's
time
not
too.
elimination.
Remember that?
Yeah, but it's not.
That's right.
It's not. It's definitely.
That's right, obviously.
I
All right, boys.
I don't
we're gonna
think it
have
is.
You have to speed up here.
I'm gonna
Okay.
It's not even necessary to speed her up, but
All right. Well,
narrow
this
her
one.
down.
This one's hard.
Survivor Series.
I'm gonna go for it. Yep. Survivor
Survivor
Series
Series.
2010.
you guys locking it in?
Locking it in.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh
ding.
my God, we're on fire.
streak lives.
We are on fire.
3 years.
That's what I'm
streak lives.
saying. Woohoo!
3 games in a row. Congrats, guys. Another edition of Time to Play the Game wrapped up. I thought we did a really good job. You guys did a really good job.
You did.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. This time I actually did help out, so kind of. But yeah, whatever.
No, great teamwork by you guys, and I definitely think we're going to keep going forward with this.
I thought Survivor Series even after the second.
Any
match.
listeners listening
Really.
this far into the show, let us know if you enjoy it. I'd be willing to even put these up as a separate thing on YouTube as just kind of the Time to Play the Game segment portion. Let
Let us know if you guys like it too as well.
Yeah,
Let us know.
we're interested. Again,
Feedback's always great.
yeah, obviously, like he said, feedback is fantastic. Pro Wrestling LookBack. Donovan wanted to mention something as well.
Yeah, if you guys want to, throw you have any pay-per-views that you think might really stump us, send them straight to Nick himself, and he will arrange that for us.
Yeah, for sure. And like Younger said, check out the polls on the WrestleManias that we're going to be doing in the future. We want to get kind of a good idea. We'd like to do at least 2, 3, possibly 4 before Mania actually happens. We'll see if we can get to doing that. But like we always say, check us out, Twitter, Instagram, at PWLookBack, ProWrestlingLookBack@gmail.com, ProWrestlingLookBack.wordpress.com. All those websites, YouTube, Facebook, Pro Wrestling LookBack. My Twitter, at Salsa, SCELSA. Donovan?
At New School Money,
Younger at ZJVY93.
stay classy.